once in a while, not boo the whole crowd, but you have those haters that come. I don't understand this thing. They come to your show and they just sit there, don't dance, look at you, gives you the finger, or puts the phone, you suck. I'm like, why are you even on my show? Like, you bought a ticket to come see me and you're insulting me. I mean,
they're just hating no matter what. No matter what song you put on, they're going to be hating.
Well, yeah, whatever.
All right, guys, out here in Miami with Cedric. My man, how late were you out last night?
Not that late. Okay. 12 o'clock.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, not bad.
I know you live a pretty crazy lifestyle.
Yeah.
Usually you're out much later, right?
Usually I go to bed. I mean, when I don't work, I go to bed like 9 o'clock at night. Yeah. So I try to live a very healthy lifestyle. But when I work, it's like I don't get any sleep. Like on the weekend, I'll play until 2 and then I have a flight at 6 a.m. in the morning. So I sleep like 2 hours.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
To get to the next city.
Does that ever take a toll on you, like burnout?
A little bit. I mean, I've been doing this for like close to 20 years now.
Yeah.
So it's like, the traveling takes a lot out of me.
Yeah. Have you slowed down at all? Do you think you'll keep doing another 20 more years?
I don't know. The thing is, I love doing what I do. You know what I mean? So it's like, I haven't thought about slowing down. It's just traveling gets harder and harder on me. Yeah. That's the only thing that's happening.
And you do a lot of international traveling too.
Yeah. International travel. But even in the United States, I mean, I compare when I tour in the summer in Europe, the countries are so close to each other. So it's an hour flight, 2-hour flight, 3-hour flight. When in America, when I'm in Miami, I got to go to Vegas, it's 6 hours. You know what I mean? You cross the country all the time. And sometimes I do Vegas and then I have to go to New York the next day. It's long flights.
Yeah, that Vegas to Miami flight is brutal because then you lose 3 hours too.
It's brutal, and I do it twice a month. I'm with my residency, so it's like really brutal.
Nuts. How's the Vegas market been lately?
It's great. I mean, it's been amazing for me. It's been 15 years in Vegas.
Yeah,
resident hotel group, and I'm playing this incredible venues, Tao Beach, Omnia, Akasan, Marquee. So, and I mean, I've seen Vegas. To be honest, the first show I ever done in Vegas was at Empire Ballroom. I don't know if you remember.
I never heard of
it. It was a club off the strip. And at the time, there was no house music. There was no DJs playing in Vegas. It was Celine Dion performing, a bunch of promoters. So I remember I did the show Empire Ballroom. Gino, which is the owner of 11 now, used to own Empire Ballroom. So they flew me over there and I'm playing there. House music, dance music was not big at the time. So I show up there and there was like 10 people in front of me. But the funny thing is Chuck Liddell was hanging out with me in the DJ booth with his girlfriend. He was high as fuck behind me.
I love that.
And I was like, what am I doing here? This market sucks. It's like, what is this? And then you fast forward later, DJs on billboard everywhere. I got my own billboard in Vegas and it's like DJs everywhere blowing up, pool parties, and it's like, it's crazy. So I really seen Vegas going from massive performer like Celine Dion being the headliners that now Stevie Aoki, Fisher, like Alesso, myself, like everybody headlining the big hotels. That's crazy.
Yeah. And you said earlier, Omnia is like one of your favorite spots, right?
To me, Omnia is one of the best clubs in the world. I mean, the design, the chandelier that they have, the sound system, the crowd. I mean, I love that club. It's one of the best.
Wow. Yeah. Damn, I didn't know Vegas was dead like that 15 years ago.
Yeah, Vegas is amazing.
Holy crap. How's Miami market been?
Miami market is amazing. I mean, I'm from here 25 years. I've seen it grow as well. When I came here, none of the building that you see in downtown, the skyline of Miami existed. It was very dangerous to go cross the bridge from Miami Beach. All the clubs were in Miami Beach at the time that I got here. And they would tell you, if you cross the bridge and go downtown, you're going to get shot.
Damn.
That's when I got to Miami. Yeah. So what you're seeing right now, Brickell, Midtown, Design District, nothing. I actually almost got robbed in Design District.
Damn.
There was one plumbing store that was in the Design District. And I went there and I parked my car and I start walking. 2 guys with guns start following me because I was wearing a Rolex at the time.
Yeah.
And I caught it right away, ran back to my car and left. And this is the Design District now that you have Hermes, Gucci, and everybody's walking around. I almost got robbed over there 15 years ago.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Well, there's certain parts even today that are kind of dangerous out here, right?
Yeah, but I mean, it's safe. Miami's a safe city. I mean, if you play around, you know what I mean? And I don't think there's robbery everywhere, but it's pretty safe. I mean, our mayor is amazing.
Yeah.
Francis Suarez is an amazing.
If you're building something, doesn't matter if it's a business, a brand, or just a better version of yourself, then you already know. The work never really stops. Your brain is always on. Ideas at 2 a.m., problems at 3, plans at 4. But here's the truth. If you never shut down, you're going to crash fast. That's why I use Sambrosa. It's not hype. It's not some trendy sleep hack. It's a legit syrup that helps you fall asleep when your brain won't let you. You take it and 20 to 30 minutes later, you're out. Not groggy, not drugged up, just asleep like you're supposed to be. Then you wake up clear with no brain fog, no dragging yourself out of bed, you get your hours in, and you actually feel like you slept. Sleep isn't optional, it's not self-care, it's strategy. If you're not getting it right, you're leaving energy, focus, and money on the table. Sambrosa helps me sleep, it helps me execute, that's the only reason I talk about it. You want to get ahead, start by getting real rest. Check out the link below in their website, www.sambrosa.com.
Mayor and the cops here are like keeping the city safe.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's any problem in the city. I mean, there's problems everywhere, but it's a great city.
Yeah. The energy out here is just amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Everyone's in a good mood.
Yeah.
Business out here is phenomenal.
Business is phenomenal. Everybody's in a good mood. I mean, the weather, you can beat the weather, all year long. I mean, the summer gets very hot and humid, as everybody knows, but the weather, it's a very healthy city. I mean, as you can see, everybody's into the gym. Everybody's like, has a healthy lifestyle here. And it's a party city. This thing going on all the time. And, our Basel, Miami Music Week, now F1 Miami. So it's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts. You still performing in New York too?
Yeah, I do. I perform in New York as well. Marquee. It's one of my residency in New York. I've been performing in New York. I love the city of New York.
Yeah.
Really, yeah. Actually, 2 of my biggest songs, I made them in Harlem in a studio there.
In Harlem?
I did. Yeah, Harlem. I swear to God. It was actually the studio Mustard. The guy that did
DJ
the song.
Mustard?
Yeah, DJ Mustard. It was his studio. I didn't know. I was working in the studio in Harlem, and somebody told me, this is like the DJ Mustard room. So I made Summertime Sadness and Molly in that studio.
Wow.
Yeah, I swear to God.
That's nuts.
Yeah,
Those are your two biggest.
the whole vibe of Harlem was like, I love New York. I love the energy of New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was your first Grammy, right? Summertime Sadness?
Summertime Sadness was my first Grammy, yeah.
That's nuts. That must have been the craziest year of your life.
That was crazy. Yeah, that was a crazy feeling. It was, like I explained to everybody when I did this song, and it was like, I was actually on the way, finishing it. I was on the way from Miami to Orlando to play EDC Orlando. And I just finished it, putting the final touch in the car, was driving my tour manager to EDC Orlando, and I played it that night. And I was like, wow, like the social media response of it was crazy, right? But I never thought, I was like, okay, cool. So I'm going to get my DJ friends to play the record. That was my goal.
Yeah.
I want all the big DJs to play the record. So I start sending it out, everything. So DJs start playing the record. Then gets released, goes on Beatport, which is a DJ website, goes #1 on Beatport. I'm like, that's it. I made it. That's great. This is amazing, right? Then radio start playing the record. I'm like, oh, cool. Dance radios. I'm like, this is great, man. This is, I never expected that. And then top 40 radio start playing the record. I'm like, oh God, now we got something big. And then fast forward, we sold 8.1 million single. I don't know how many streams now we at. And then I get Grammy nomination for it. But it's not like, it's a record that was not planned. We did it with my friend Carlos Sid, which is the producer I produced it with. We did it in 2 hours.
What?
My manager got the vocals, say, hey, I got the vocals. I'm friend with the manager of Atlanta. Here's the vocals. What do you think? I say, what? This is one of my favorite songs. I'm like, I always wanted to do a bootleg of the song. Great. 2 hours, song is done. I go to DC Orlando, play it, and see the reaction of the crowd.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was nuts.
But you hear stories like that all the time where like the artist makes a song in like an hour. And
it's always the songs that you make in an hour or 2 hours that become, to me, and the experience of all my other friends that in the business, it's always the song that gets done in 2 hours that become big.
Yeah.
Songs that you keep coming back and working and try, oh no, we got to change it. Never go anywhere. I mean, for me.
Yeah. That's interesting. I wonder what the reason, like the psychology is.
I don't know. It's crazy. It's like maybe a magic that happened. I don't know.
Yeah. I guess because you're just truly coming on the fly. You're not overthinking maybe?
Yeah. I think that's what it is. And it's actually, I did another one recently and I told my manager, I did it in 2 hours, and it sounds like a very big song. And I did it in 2 hours. And he goes, maybe we should change. I say, listen, let's not overthink this. It's working. I tried it on the crowd. Let's run with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Is that how you test out stuff? You play it in the crowd?
Yeah.
First?
So the luck that we have as DJs, right? It's like you produce something in the studio and then you're in front of a crowd, different crowds every weekend. So you test out the record and you see the reaction of the people. You test out the record. So you play a record that knows that work. I'll give you an example, like a John Summit record. I play a David Guetta record that works, that you know is going to get the crowd. And then you play your record right after and you see the reaction of the crowd. You see, and then you see the way, you know, when you do a record, there's a structure of the record. There's the intro, the breakdown, the bill.
Yeah.
You know, the first drop, second drop, whatever. So you see, okay, the structure is wrong. We got to change that. People were not dancing here. I lost the crowd there. Or it just sucks. It doesn't work. You know what I mean? So you see it, you know, as pop producers, big pop producers, they make songs and then they put it out there and then, you know, and they see, okay, let's see what happened.
That makes sense. Are you worried about AI at all? Because there's a lot of talk about that.
No, I actually embrace AI. I think it's great. I mean, there's a lot of things. I don't think AI is never going to, you know, replace the soul of things. I don't think, you know what I mean? Like the human soul into the music. But it helps. I mean, I use AI to like sometimes you want to try, you take a sample of a song and say, I want to redo this song. Yeah. So back in the days, you got to replay the sample or you got to call the label and say, give me the parts, separate parts. Now AI can take the sample and separate all the instruments for you and give it to you on the fly.
That's crazy.
So I want the guitar, I want the drums, I want the snare, I want the vocal. And real quick in the studio, boom, separates everything. You take the vocals, you do the demo. After, obviously, for legal reason, you got to re-sing the song, you got to replay the instrument. Yeah. You can't use the original production, but you can start producing the song and see if it works. And if it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I didn't know it was that advanced.
I mean, AI can make, you can actually, I was with David Guetta at one point and he was working with Google, I remember, on something that they're working together. And he was showing me like, there's an AI that you can say, hey, I would like a song that sounds like Avicii that talks about this, and the thing will produce the song completely. But when he played me a track, I was like, no, you produced this track. He goes, no, man, it's AI.
Wow.
I say, no way. It's like, you did this record. Like, this is like you trying to like, he goes, no, I swear to God. It's like I said, I want a song like Avicii that talks about this, that sounds maybe a little bit like Coldplay and this and that. And the AI thing produced the whole thing. It's insane.
That's nuts.
Insane. I mean, obviously you can hear that you have to fix some parts because it's a computer doing it. So you got to but the idea is there. This is what's crazy.
Yeah. So it just makes your life easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. How has social media and specifically like TikTok changed the game for you?
For me, not yet, because I haven't connected with TikTok yet. But I mean, I see for artists, I'll give you an example. David Guetta, my best friend. The song he did, I'm Good, right? So he does this song with BB Rexa long time ago in the studio, right? And he tries it out in a festival, and he's like, yeah, maybe one day we're going to release this song. Somebody recorded that song with video.
Yeah.
He takes the recording, put it on TikTok, and does a dance video with it. And then all the influencers catch on, start doing the same thing. The song blows up on TikTok. Like, blows up, becomes the biggest song. But it doesn't say David Guetta, doesn't say anything. It just has the audio, blows up. David Guetta goes, oh my God, we have to put out this song. So they finish the song right away. They put it out. The song goes #1 worldwide because of it.
Damn.
So it was not planned. It was not like, let's do a campaign, let's pay those influencers, let's do this. It's just some random fan recorded him in a festival, goes, oh, I like this song. He was testing it out, like I was telling you. We're testing out the records on the thing. And blew up on TikTok. And then the song went #1. I did a remix of that song that went #1 on dance radio in America.
Wow.
And then his original went #1 on Billboard chart in America. So it's crazy, and all started from TikTok.
That's
so
insane.
I mean, it's changing the game for a lot of people.
You hear that with a lot of artists too. One song on TikTok gets 1 billion views, and then there's
Yeah,
four.
and you can, and that's the thing is you can, even if you're trying to spend money and say I'm going to pay those influencers to use the song, it's not guaranteed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It happens if it needs to happen. It's just like there's no logic to it.
There's no strategy. Yeah.
There's no strategy. I mean, I'm sure it helps if you pay an influencer that has a lot of followers so they hear the song, but it's got to catch on fire on its own.
It'll help like short term, but for
short term, but catch fire is like, I just gave you an example that just started like organically, like, and then went crazy to the top.
Yeah, 100%. You still going to France a lot?
I go to France a lot in the summer. I do one show in the summer in a club called Amnesia. It's like the biggest club in the world in France. That's the only thing. But the French market is very difficult.
Really?
They support only French artists that are from France, and it's crazy because the French crowd don't see me as a French artist; they see me as an American artist.
Really?
It's the craziest thing. Yeah. And I'm French from Marseille.
You grew up there, right?
Yeah, I grew up there in Marseille. But they don't. But since my career blew up in America, they don't see me as a Bob Sinclair, David Guetta, Martin Solveig. They don't see me at those guys or DJ Snake, or like I'm the guy from Miami.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
It's crazy.
They hold a grudge against you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they do, but it's weird.
Damn. Are you going to Cannes next week? Film festival?
No. I don't have time because the film festival always lands on, I think it lands the week before Memorial Day weekend, right?
Yeah, it's May 18th or something.
Yeah, I'm always busy. it's such a big thing in America, so I never have time to go to Cannes Film Festival.
Where do you do Memorial Day? Usually Miami or Vegas?
Memorial Day weekend, I'll be in LA. Zouk. Yeah, normally I do Vegas or Miami. It's always like,
Yeah. Now, how has LA been? Because I saw an article come out saying the market is struggling there. Is that true?
Yeah, struggling. The clubs in LA, I mean, Insomniac, they have, with Exchange and Academy, which I recently played there and sold it out. It's one of my favorite clubs in LA. And but it's hard. It's hard. There's so many things going on in LA. And in LA, every time you perform in LA, there's always like 1,000 party going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of competition.
Yeah. So it's tough. LA is a tough market, especially for the VIP market, I think, in LA. I mean, you always hear like clubs that open in LA or restaurants and they last 3-4 years and then they disappear. I don't know why. It's always like it's hot for 2 years and then they go to something else.
Well, a lot of people from LA move to other cities too.
Yeah.
Miami, Vegas.
Yeah. They move
Texas.
Yeah. Do you think it's something to do with blue states, red states?
I think that's part of it. I think the state tax is insane.
Yeah, the state tax is a big thing.
Yeah. I think the cost of living, crazy. Like to get a house out there, you're spending $5 million.
Yeah. And I think it has to do a lot with the way they run the cities.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. I mean, I can tell you, I live in Aspen as well.
Yeah.
And I live in Florida. So I live in the blue states and I live in the red states. The difference between those two, it's crazy.
Night and day.
It's night and day.
Damn.
The way the cities are run, the way and I have a business. I have a restaurant and a club, very successful restaurant called Madamushi in Aspen, and a club. And I can tell you that it's very, very difficult to do business in the blue states. And again, I'm not into politics. I'm just telling you that I live in 2 different states and I see the difference. The way the people, I feel like there's a lot more Karens in Colorado than there is in Florida.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what I'm going to say.
Well, also Aspen is a baller town, so people expect
but
a lot.
it's a border thing with a lot of billionaires, which you think will be conservative, right?
Yeah.
They're all conservative, but the city is ran by liberals, and the way they do things, it's really. There's no sense. It doesn't make any sense the way they run stuff.
Yeah.
When you see the city, the way they run things is common sense. You know what I mean? Doing stuff for people. It's very different.
That's why Miami's blowing up, though.
Blowing up.
You guys can do whatever you want out here. You know. Shout out to Francis Suarez and the governor.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are killing it. So you're doing a lot outside of music too, then.
Yeah.
You got the restaurant. What else you got going?
The restaurant. I'm opening multiple restaurants. putting Delray Beach, Naples next. I'm just growing this brand. I started this restaurant with the chef of Nobu Miami that was here for 15 years, Jake Ethan. Incredible chef. The food is unbelievable. So I'm scaling this restaurant right now in different market. I don't want to touch the Miami market because it's too saturated right now. So I'm going on market that booming like Delray Beach, Naples, Tampa, like those kind of things in Florida. And then I have an opportunity in New York right now, looking into New York, you know. So I'm growing that, and I'm doing also some acting stuff.
Yeah.
I've been doing.
Yeah, you've been in some big movies.
Yeah.
So you want to go that route?
Yeah. No, especially. I like music. I just do it. To be honest, I'm friend with Michael Bay. I'm friend with Peter Berg. I've become very close friend with those guys, and they put me in movies. I started by doing music for movies.
Yeah.
The first thing that I've done was Pain and Gain for Michael Bay, and I've done 2 songs in the movie. And he put me in the movie as a cameo. That was cool. I was like, oh, whatever. And then it became a joke. And then Peter Berg put me and my friend Dave Gretman in the first movie called which one was it? Was I forgot the name of it. Oh my god. Deepwater Horizon.
Okay.
And it was the movie about the explosion of the BP explosion in the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah, I think I saw that one.
Yeah, it's a real story.
Yeah.
And it was Kurt Russell in the movie, Mark Wahlberg, John Malkovich. I mean, incredible movie. So that was our first thing that we did. It was fun. And then I did Mile 22 and Patriot Day with Peter Berg. I became very close to Peter Berg. He's a good friend of mine, and he just put me in movies. I just do those things. Like I'm not an actor. Yeah. I have no pressure, so I just do those things. But my thing is I want to do more music for movies. I love to do that.
Yeah, that's where the money is too.
Yeah. And it's a different process to making like regular, like I learned when I was doing music for Deepwater Horizon, one of the scenes that we did, and it's a complete different, universe.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it's completely different than making music for clubs. It has nothing, it's very difficult.
What's the biggest changes, I guess, from the club music?
Well, you got to use a lot of real instruments, orchestrals. You know what I mean? Like you gotta build it. It's very, and then you have a music director that looks over you, that in charge of the whole movie. So you gotta be. It's just by scene, you gotta. It's very, very difficult.
I could see that because movies want to invoke a lot of emotion out of the viewers.
Yeah,
so you probably need those real instruments.
Yeah, it's you got to use real instruments for everything, and it's like it's just like there's no. It's not telling us. It's just difficult. I don't know how to explain it. It's very hard. I don't think I mastered it yet. You know what I mean? So I did it once. And I'm trying to get more into it, and I'm trying to learn. Yeah, and I don't think I'm there yet.
Wow, so you're still a student of the game, even at your level.
Yeah.
That's crazy, right?
Very hard.
Because you're like one of the top DJs, but you're still having to learn. And well, that's what you have to do. You got to adapt to stay at the top.
Yeah.
You can't just keep doing the same thing, right?
No.
Yeah. It's a tough space to penetrate. Yeah, there's a lot of DJs.
Yeah.
When you first moved here, how long did it take to really get things going? When you first moved to Miami?
Well, I started in a different way than everybody else started. I mean, a lot of DJ can, exactly. David Guetta, Tiesto, those kind of DJs, they started like me. We started as local resident DJs, right? We had to make when I started here. I started playing at a club called Bash, and I was getting paid like $200 a night, right? Damn. But I had to make people dance, and I had to. Basically, if I didn't make people dance, I would get fired. So I had to create my own following by the music I was playing. So people start liking me in Miami. Oh, I like this DJ, is pretty good. And I went to the bigger club, and then I ended up being the resident of Club Space Miami on the Terrace. So we started the Terrace in Miami. So I had to start creating my following and getting my name out there by DJing my sets and playing long hours and everything. When now, you have to make a song that blows up to become a successful DJ, right? It's a different thing. So I became known as a DJ And then I start producing music, and then the music helped me get to the next level.
Got it.
Now you gotta make a big song, and then you gotta figure it out on the fly how to DJ. You know what I mean? So there's a lot. There's a lot of DJ that can relate, like David Guetta, Tiesto. Some of the Swedish House Mafia. They all started the way I started.
Yeah,
playing in clubs. Now it's a different game. It's a complete different game. You got to make music, and you got to go to DJs. John Summit is explaining one of his podcasts. I was listening. He was like, I was making 100 songs. And I would go see my favorite artists, and I would give them the music, give them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At one point, some of those DJs start playing his music and be like, God damn, this kid is very good. Great producer. And then he blew the fuck up.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. These days you need social media, right? To make it.
Yeah.
I feel like without that, it's impossible.
It's impossible, yeah. But it's also, I see a lot of influencers that trying to be DJ. Also, that doesn't work well for them. Like they have massive amount of followers and they're like, okay, I'm going to be a DJ now. And there's a lot of them, I'm sure you see on things.
Same with podcasters.
And podcasters and stuff like that. You gotta learn the business. You gotta learn how to make music. You gotta learn how to make people dance. And it's a tough business, man. It's just not because you have millions of followers. You know what I mean? There was this actress, I forgot who she was, like short hair. She was a hype for a long time. I forgot her name. And she started being a DJ and she had no idea what she was doing. And at one point she played, I remember she opened for the Swedish House Mafia. They put her there in Ibiza. And she ended up a set with the Spice Girls original song in Ibiza, What You Want, What You Really, Really Want. And the crowd started booing her and we're like, what? I've never seen a DJ ever again. But this is what I'm saying is like these people like, oh, I'm a massive movie star and I'm going to DJ to make money now. I'm going to go out there. But this is not, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to feel the crowd out, right?
Correct. I forgot her name. I don't even know her name anymore.
Has that happened to you where you got booed before?
No, but I got people giving me the fingers on the crowd. Yeah. Sometimes, like you suck, you this, you that. Yeah, once in a while. Not boo the whole crowd, but you have those haters that come. I don't understand this thing. They come to your show and they just sit there, don't dance, look at you, gives you the finger, or puts the phone, you suck. I'm like, why are you even on my show? Like, you bought a ticket to come see me and you're insulting me. I mean,
they're just hating no matter what. No matter what song you put on, they're going to be hating.
Well, yeah, whatever.
What's the most memorable spot you've DJ'd? Like the craziest, I guess, party or experience?
I think Coachella.
Coachella?
Yeah. Coachella, Sarah stage. It was like the sunset set when the sun is setting and you had the sun setting at the end of the stage like this. It was crazy because it was at the time that I had Summertime Sadness blowing up, and in Coachella, I never done festival where you have a change time, right? 15 minutes set time when there's no music, they're just changing your stage. And the DJ before me, I don't remember who it was, but there was like 200 people in front of him. And I show up with my manager, I'm like, oh man, come on. I build up, I prepare my set. I did this whole stage visual. You spend a lot of money when you go to Coachella.
Yeah.
You don't make money at Coachella. You
really?
Spend it, on the stage. If you see the artist, the stage they're putting costs a lot of money.
Oh, I thought the venue paid for that.
No, sir. You gotta pay for everything. Yeah. They give you a fee and then put on your show. So that's what I did. And I came in 200 people and I'm like, oh my God, this sucks. And my manager was like, listen, trust me, you got a big song right now. If people want to see you, they have the set time, they know what time you're playing, they're going to show up. Change comes up, 200 people walks away, the stage is completely empty. I'm like, that's it, I'm going to play for nobody. So I'm backstage and I'm there, I'm stressing out. And then my manager is outside and he sees people like start running into the stage. He doesn't say anything. He goes, you ready? I'm like, yeah, I'm ready. I'm going to play for nobody. I come up stage and the stage was slammed. Packed. And I was like, oh my God, this is nuts. So basically, if you're hot at the moment, I mean, if you play Coachella, it's like you got to be hot to play Coachella. That's it. And I was just stressing out because I thought it was going to be nobody, but people ran in, they knew the set time and they came for my show. And I have a legendary picture where I'm just standing in the middle and there's a sea of people with the sunset at the end and I'm just in the middle by myself like this.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Was that the biggest crowd you ever played for?
No, I play for larger crowd, but I don't know what it is about Coachella. It's like for artists, Coachella is such a moment.
Yeah.
Like it's such a big festival. and it's so hard to get on it, right? And it's like, I don't know why that was the biggest moment for me.
It's like a staple, I feel like, for all the
correct.
pop artists, Coachella. Yeah. I didn't know it was hard to get on that. Is it like a...
It's so you got a golden voice, which is the people that put the festival. It's like, you have to be, I remember I had to do a show for them and I had to sell a hard ticket in a venue in LA, which I did, to prove myself that I could done the show, and I've done it. And they won't put you on it. Maybe they changed now a little bit because I see some artists playing the show that I haven't seen, but before it was very hard to get on this festival.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you play all your sets sober? Because I know that's a...
Yeah. Sometime I have a shot of tequila just to, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To get me going, but yeah, I'm always sober.
Respect. I went to one show. I won't call them out on the episode, but the guys were hammered.
Oh yeah.
And they performed like 3 songs and dipped.
Yeah, you can't have a career if you get fucked up all the time.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah. Well, dude, it's been awesome. Anything else you want to close off with before we wrap up?
No, I'm good. Everything is good.
We'll link all your tour dates below and everything, and your clubs.
Yep.
Perfect. Thanks for watching, guys. Check them out. See you next time.